Westfield Memorial Hospital provides high-quality health care to residents of Western New York, offering patients the most sophisticated medical advancements while keeping the ease and familiarity of a community hospital. Support for Chautauqua Sunrise has been provided by WRFA 107.9 FM, Jamestown's public radio station, streaming online 24/7 at WRFALP.com. Low power to the people. Chautauqua Sunrise is made possible by a grant from Fredonia Place, a continuing care retirement community providing dignity in a modern luxury environment. Meter's Restaurant, a family tradition for over 50 years in downtown Ripley, is a proud supporter of Chautauqua Sunrise. Meter's provides all-day dining, banquet services, and custom catering, specializing in pie. Funding for Chautauqua Sunrise is provided in part by the Chautauqua County Industrial Development Agency, with offices in Jamestown and Dunkirk, helping businesses to prosper throughout Chautauqua County. From supporting people with disabilities to enjoy great lives, to providing health care services that are available to anyone, the Resource Center has been improving our county for more than 60 years. Learn more about how the Resource Center makes a positive difference in people's lives. From the Access Chautauqua Studios in Mayville, it's Chautauqua Sunrise. Chautauqua Sunrise is hosted by Doc Hamels and supported by the award-winning volunteers at Access Chautauqua. We are here to share local news, colorful interviews, and events of interest to everyone. Chautauqua Sunrise is broadcast live Saturday mornings each week from 9 to 10 a.m. Send events via email or call us live. Check us out on YouTube and Facebook. And now, from the Access Chautauqua Studios, it's Chautauqua Sunrise.
Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to Chautauqua Sunrise. I'm Doc Hamels, and we issued seatbelts to all the crew. Justin, got yours on? We're ready here. This is the only show that we do every year where we issue seatbelts, because when Randy Anderson's in the house, it's like ready, set, go, 90 miles an hour, and we just try to keep up with him. We're going to be talking Sports Hall of Fame. We're going to be talking about cool things here in Chautauqua County, and I can't wait to dig into the show, but you're going to have to wait a little bit because we have some things to talk about. So I said good morning to those of you that are watching right now. Good afternoon for those of you that catch me later on in the day, and good evening for those of you, wherever you are in the world right now. It could be evening, I don't know. We try to figure this out. This is really difficult. I think we're close to evening in Australia at the moment, but I'm not sure. But over in Europe, it's in the afternoon already. So anyways, for those of you who are watching, especially, it's tomorrow morning. It's what? It's in Australia tomorrow morning. Wow, we're stretched over 2 days already. I was saying hi to my friends over in the Ukraine. Hang in there. You know, we love you, and we're sending you more and more support, I see on the news. So Natalia and friends, we always do a shout out to you all. And for all my friends across the United States that watch the show and throughout Europe, my cousins and so forth and friends, I hope you're all doing well. Keep in mind that also you can listen to me on WRFA 107.9, Low Power to the People in Jamestown, Tuesdays at 1 o'clock. We're so glad that they pick our show up, and well, we're going to be talking about folks from all over the county, including people from the Jamestown area today. We are live right this minute, and if you want to call in and have a question for my guest, or a comment, or you have something you want to share about your club or organization, give us a call at 716-753-5225. Okay? If you're shy, call. Randy will take the message and give it to me. We do this all the time. If you missed the show, because we're only live from 9 to 10 on Saturdays, and you want to share something next week, send me an email, chautauquasunrise@gmail.com, and we'll get your announcement on, and we have some today. If I might quote that famous American Jeb Clampett from the Beverly Hillbillies, woo-wee doggies. It was cold this morning, and it was like 9 degrees at my house, and I saw that it was 10 degrees by the time I got here, so it was brisk. And I am so glad. What? You got an update for me? What?
I said who?
You gotta watch some reruns. These younger guys don't know who I'm talking about. I'm so glad I finally got my heated seats in my truck because they were on back order. They didn't get the chips for all these things a couple of years ago during the pandemic, and I gave it a good workout this week, so that was nice. That's very cold, windy weather we've had. Anyways, tomorrow it's supposed to be like in the high 30s, and by the week, 40 or 50 degrees. I'm lost. I don't know. What is this, winter, spring? What is it? It's like a combination. It's Chautauqua County. Thank you, Justin. Okay, so I'm going to keep things moving along here today because I do want to spend as much time as I can with my guest because he talks a lot. And but good stuff, good talks. I mean, he's got a lot to say. I don't want to take that in a negative way. He talks about sports and people and good stuff. See, I've already set the stage here, Randy. I've thrown the gauntlet down.
High bar here. High bar. I'm going to have to hurdle today.
High bar. Okay, so let's get right to some announcements right now because, like I said, I want to keep things moving. All right, we have a slide according to this. Pearl City Clay House. Pearl City Clay House is a new venture of the Infinity Visual and Performing Arts, providing ceramics, paint your own pottery, paper and fabric arts, and more to adults and family at their new location in downtown Jamestown. Coming up in February, there's going to have classes there, several 6-week ceramic classes starting in February, including wheel roots, I don't know what that means, clay roots, and doll making. I know a lot of people over the years, they've done a lot with ceramics, and it's a nice pastime. And so we're glad to see that they're bringing this to our community. All are beginner classes designed to introduce participants to working with clay. Justin, now you have something to do. It's in Jamestown. Many shorter workshops, events featuring a variety of contemporary cart media along with ceramics, including wheel explorers, sweetheart mugs, I don't know how to say this. No, thank you, Nomeo and Juliet gnomes. Oh, I see what that means. Oh, that's a play on words. Felted otter design, macrame, plant hanger making, garden whimsies, bandana printing, pet bowl creations, and luminaries design. That's tough to say in the morning. For more information, including dates and times of classes, descriptions, and pricing, please visit the Pearl City Clay House website at, okay, here it comes. It's all one word, Pearl City Clay House. Let me say it again, Pearl City Clay House, all one word, .org, or give them a holler at 488-2529. They're going to be on the show here in the near future, so I can't wait to talk more about them, and you're going to get to ask questions if you have any. All right, let's keep moving. Movies. All Quiet on the Western Front and Till, one word, to show at the Reg Linné Center for the Arts. All Quiet on the Western Front is going to be shown on Wednesday, February 8 at 7 p.m. It's a German language English subtitle adaptation of the 1929 novel of the same name. When a 17-year-old Paul joins the Western Front in World War I, his initial excitement is soon shattered by the grim reality of life in the trenches. The film is nominated for 9 Academy Awards, including Best Picture. All Quiet on the Western Front is rated R, and it's 143 minutes long. Then, Till, T-I-L-L, one word. It's going to be shown next Saturday, February 11, in the evening at 8 p.m., is a profoundly emotional and cinematic film about the true story of Mamie Till Mobley's relentless pursuit of justice for her 14-year-old son, Emmett Till, who in 1955, oh, I remember this story, was lynched while visiting his cousins in Mississippi. In Mamie's poignant journey of grief turned to action, we see the universal power of a mother's ability to change the world. Till is PG-13. It's 130 minutes long. Whew. Upcoming movies, okay? Include the Academy Award Best Actor nominee Brendan Fraser. He's always in those mummy movies. In The Whale, I think he put a whole bunch of weight on for that particular movie. That's going to be shown the 15th of February at 7. A 40th anniversary special engagement of the Nicolas Cage comedy Valley Girl will be shown Wednesday, February 22 at 7. And then Tom Hanks in the comedy A Man Called Otto. I've seen previews for that. Looks pretty good. That's going to be shown February 25 at 8 p.m. And the Academy Award Best Picture nominee Triangle of Sadness will be shown March 1. So those are coming up. Tickets are generally $7 for family movies, or $6, and add $1 for theater restoration. Keep the place looking good. Give them a call at 484-7070, or you can go down to the box office. Let's see, Monday and Fridays from 12 to 5, Wednesdays from 12 to 8. So don't say there's nothing to do. There's always something to do around here. All right, this is an announcement for all my grape farmer friends. All right, the Lake Erie Regional Grape Program is excited to be able to host events in the Winter Growers Conference Series for grape growers. The series is a hybrid of virtual and in-person events designed to give growers access to recent research being done that can be applied in the vineyard practices. Why do I talk about this? Because my show covers the whole grape belt. So this is important, so pass this information on. The next meeting to be held will be a virtual Zoom event on Thursday, February 9th from 10 a.m. until 12. Justine Vanden Heuvel will join us first. She is a professor of viticulture at Cornell University. In addition to teaching the upper level viticulture course, she leads a research program that has been studying, bioinoculants, that's my new vocabulary word for the week, for several years. Her focus for this meeting is reporting on an industry-inspired study on agriculture bioinoculants containing fungi and or bacteria, which represent a potential opportunity to reduce the dependence of grapevines on agrochemicals. Their own Kevin Martin will be following her talk with information about current integrated approaches to fertilizer management and their costs. There are no pesticide credits available at this meeting. All right, and so why am I telling you this? Because this is something that's important to our locals, and this is through the Cornell Extension. And if you want more information, give them a call at 716-664-9509, or go to their website at cce.cornell.edu, Chautauqua, and you can check out that. So we're happy to announce various programs that pop up from time to time, so check that out if you're in the grape business. All right, we got some events that are coming up. This is news. Randy, this is where you can do something when you take out your wife. Virtual food court restaurant opens in Dunkirk. Last week, there was a grand opening and a ribbon cutting ceremony at The Point. The Point is a new restaurant located at 296 Lakeshore Drive West in Dunkirk. It is the first virtual food court in the Dunkirk area, as customers can order items from 3 unique menus featuring Rustico, Taco, and Big Cheeseburger. The restaurant also provides ample dining space with a full bar and a large event center. This is new to me. They just opened. Owner Nick Keefe is a native of Fredonia and is a lifelong Chautauqua County resident who's been involved in several other businesses, and we wish them the best. So I like to announce when there's new businesses, just like we interviewed last week, the brew chamber at the mill in Ripley. So we're happy to do this. All right. We talked about the Pearl City Clay House. They just had their grand opening, so check out their events. Now, there's some things going on this weekend. Cassadaga Winter Festival at various locations in Cassadaga. The festivities kick off today, right now. Just started at 8 a.m. this morning with a frozen 50K. Is that possible, a frozen 50K? Maybe it's a 5K. I wonder if that's a mistake. Knowing those guys, it could be a 50K. Nope, it's the real deal. All right. 10 degrees and you're going to run 50K. Does that, no. Not even on a, no. Where the participant can run 1 to 10 laps around the lake to help benefit the Chautauqua County Fire Police and Cassadaga Food Pantry. Oh gosh, they'd starve if it was me. There will be also a snow sculpture contest, music, fire pits, and an ice cream polar dip. Randy, that's yours. Not this Randy, that Randy. He does those polar dips and a whole lot more. On Sunday, there will be sledding from 1 to 3 p.m. At the Cassadaga Country Club and full moon cross country skiing, snowshoeing from 5:30 to 7 p.m. That'll be fun. Cassadaga Lakes Nature Park. I wonder if my buddy Mark Wilson's in charge of that. He's always involved with all kinds of things up there. February 4th, right now, today, a chili cook-off from noon to 4:30 p.m. at the retreat at Peak and Peak in Clymer, New York. Sample chilies and cast your ballot for the best chili in town. Justin, you like chili? Yeah. Right. Do you make chili? You're a cook. I have. You have. We make some pretty good chili at our house. Participants are encouraged to wear their favorite football jersey or attire to go along with the Super Bowl theme, and there will also be music. Admissions only $15 for adults and $5 for children under ages 11. All proceeds from the event will benefit the Clymer, Sherman, and Findlay Lake Fire Departments. Yeah, you want more information, give them a call at 355-4141, 355-4141. February 3rd, started yesterday through the 12th. My good friends I've actually been in plays with now. The Play That Goes Wrong. Maybe you've seen this in the paper. Okay, sounds like a lot of fun. It's going to be on Friday and Saturdays at 7:30 and Sundays at 2 p.m. at the Lucille Ball Little Theater over on 2nd Street. Welcome to the opening night of the Cornell University Drama Society's newest production, The Murder at Haversham Manor, where things are quickly going from bad to utterly disastrous. The 1920s whodunit has everything you never wanted to show: an unconscious leading lady, a corpse that can't play dead. That's got to be tough not to do. And actors who trip over everything, including their lines. Tickets are $25 for adults and $17 for youth. If you're interested for tickets, give them a call at 483-1095. If you haven't been to a live play, and people say, why would I go to a live play? It is so cool, and I'm going to tell you about another one right now. This is right here in Westfield area, just down the road from here. Lakeshore Center for the Arts in Westfield, New York. And many of you know Rick Mascaro when he comes barging in here on me, or things that we've talked about in the last few years. They announced that there's going to be an event for your Valentine's festivities. The renowned play Love Letters, written by Buffalo's own A.R. Gurney and a finalist for the Pulitzer Prize in Drama, will be presented February 10th and 14th at 7 p.m. and February 11th and 12th at 2 p.m. So two matinees and 2 evenings. It's going to be in the Jacqueline Phillips Theater. The theater is located within the Lakeshore Center for the Arts at 49 South Portage Street, directly across the street from the Patterson Library. Tickets are only $20 and are available online. And where you go is it's really easy to do. I've done this. Lakeshore Center for the Arts. Okay, Lakeshore Center for the Arts, all one word.com. A small number of tickets will also be available at the door for each performance. Because of limited seating, it's recommended you order tickets online to assure seating. The theater only holds maybe 45 people, so it's a very cozy, friendly, nice atmosphere for a play. The play centers on 2 characters: Melissa Gardner, portrayed by local community actor Joan Caruso, and Andrew Makepeace Ladd III, portrayed by yours truly, right here from Chautauqua Sunrise. And as you sometimes know, I'm a musician. The play begins as they are childhood friends whose lifelong correspondence begins with a birthday party, thank you note, and summer camp postcards. Romantically attached, they continue to exchange letters through the boarding school and college years, where Andy goes on to excel at Yale and law school, while Melissa flunks out of a series of good schools. Melissa is pretty wild, I'll tell you that right now. While Andy is off at war, Melissa marries, but her attachment to Andy remains strong, and she continues to keep in touch as he marries, becomes a successful attorney, gets involved with politics, and eventually is elected to the U.S. Senate. Meanwhile, her marriage in tatters, Melissa dabbles in art and drinks more than she should. Eventually, she and Andy do become involved in a brief affair. But it is really too late for both of them. However, Andy's last letter, written to her mother after Melissa's untimely death, makes it makes it eloquently clear how much they really meant and gave to each other over the years, physically apart, perhaps, but spiritually as close as only true lovers can be. Whew. This will be a play you truly do not want to miss. Well, I didn't write that. It's a pretty powerful play. Two people on stage the whole time, and I gotta tell you, we've run through it a couple of times, and we did have somebody sitting opposite us just listening to the play, and they were laughing, and by the end of the show, they were crying. I thought it was me, but they said it was very poignant. So it's a very good play. I'm very humbled to be part of it, and I encourage you to have a look at it, and I'll talk about it again next Saturday, but it's gonna be Friday at 7, Saturday, Sunday at 2, and then Valentine's Day at 7. So if you want to check it out, love letters. Okay, we're going to take a little breather. We'll be right back with my guests. Stay tuned.
Welcome to FNET, where you will find supportive
and knowledgeable peers who will empower you
to plan and create affordable
meals and nourishing snacks
that balance variety and convenience while keeping an eye
on food safety and learning to move more. Whether online or in person,
connect with us today.
He really doesn't require any introduction. Randy has been here with Sports Hall of Fame. He's been here for the Tarp Skunks. He's been here with car racing. Car racing. He's been a teacher, a motorhead, a president, an inductee of the Chautauqua Sports Hall of Fame. My good friend, Randy Anderson. Good morning, Randy.
Good morning, Doc. Thanks for having me today. I think we've been doing this about 10 or 11 years now.
So it seems. It's been forever.
Yeah. Hey.
What?
Did you have a good birthday last week?
I had a very nice birthday.
Because I always show up around your birthday time.
Yeah, one year you brought me a cupcake.
I did. There was one small piece missing. I had to make sure.
You told me it fell off.
Did you have a good birthday, Doc?
I did. It was a lot of fun. And
do anything special?
Just went out for dinner and stuff. But you know what's special, and I'm sure it's the same for everybody that's watching right now. If you're on Facebook, you get notes from people that you haven't talked to in quite a while, and from around the world. If you know people from around the world, I mean, I think I covered 4 different continents, from Asia, Europe. I had somebody from Africa, across the United States. I mean, hundreds of people wishing you happy birthday.
That's great.
You know, it's just like, wow, that's cool. And of course, you try to return the favor. So anyways, so how you been?
Couldn't be better.
Excellent.
Really excited about the 41st annual induction dinner of the Chautauqua Sports Hall of Fame. Think about that, Doc. 41 years we've been doing this.
I don't even know if I was born yet.
Trust me, you were born.
So how old is the Sports Hall of Fame itself? I forgot. I was thinking about that on the way over here.
It initially had a formation meeting at the tail end of 1980, and then it became incorporated in 1981. The very first induction dinner was in 82. So here we are 41 years later.
I'm going to remember it always. You know why?
Why?
Because that was the year Barb and I got married in 81.
All right.
So we're all the same age.
So anyway, we've got a terrific class of inductees this year.
You know, you never fail to amaze me about the people that you're inducting. I mean, you brought people from like the turn of the century and earlier right straight through recently. I mean, it's amazing.
Exactly. Our class this year has athletes, coaches, media, sports administrators. They represent 8 different schools in our county.
Wow.
Dunkirk, Jamestown, Frewsburg, Fredonia, Cassadaga Valley, Southwestern, Clymer, JCC. And they encompass all of these sports: track and field, football, baseball, basketball, swimming, cross country, and wrestling. Talk about a diverse group. We've got it all, Doc.
I'm in 9 years in broadcasting here now, and I am always amazed and humbled by the quality of what people do in our county that goes unrecognized. we don't even realize we do good stuff in this community. We have leaders that move on into all different arenas of life, and you're celebrating some of those, and thank you for doing that.
Well, it's an honor for us to do it. The mission of the Chautauqua Sports Hall of Fame is to honor and preserve the sports history of our county. We honor the history of our county by inducting terrific athletes, coaches, administrators, media people. This group will bring our total number of inductees up to 231 over the last 41 years. We preserve the sports history of this county with our museum that's located at 15 West 3rd Street. You've been there, Doc.
I've been, it's awesome.
Randy and the crew here, they've all been there, and they know what a great facility that is, and all that we present.
You know, I was just saying before the show, I walked in there and I look up there and I go like, I know them. And then it's like, holy cow, I didn't realize how many people I knew that have done unbelievable things in the sports world. You know what I like, what you just said, is that it's just not the athlete, and they're important, obviously, but it's the supporting people that made that athlete the athlete.
Right. Mostly you think about athletes and coaches, but you can't have sports without officials.
Right.
You need referees, you need umpires, you need all of that. Then you need the administrators, the people that organize all the sports events and get them going at the right time, and all the behind the scenes stuff. And then you need the media, that has to cover sports. You can't have sports in a vacuum. So you've got to have all those pieces to have sports. And we have it, and we recognize it.
So let's start with the first one. Well, let's talk.
Yeah, let's get Jeff and your crew to put up pictures of our class of 2023.
Dun, 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 dun. All right. First one.
It's coming.
Want the logo?
Sure. You can
Sure,
show us
put
the
up
logo.
our logo.
There we go.
There you go. So that is the logo of Chautauqua Sports Hall of Fame. Every inductee into the Hall of Fame gets a ring with that logo on it.
Really?
Here, take a look at it, Doc. Get your camera right here, and I'll show you what, what the
just-
Hall of Fame ring
All
looks
right.
like.
Bring it in close there, Justin. We're gonna do a little.
Whoa! I get it on the floor.
Oh my gosh.
Sorry, Just. It was slippery.
We'll bring that to you in a second.
Yeah.
All right. All right.
We'll get it later.
All right.
Hey, let's see some pictures today, Jeff.
All right. Who we got here?
That is Kirsten Green. She is a graduate of Jamestown High School. She was the head of basketball operations at Seton Hall, Michigan, and Harvard.
Holy cow.
And currently she is the assistant athletic director at Harvard. Big time sports administrator.
Wow.
Let's see the next one. That is David Hinson. David is a JHS graduate as well. When he was in high school, he was named the New York State Class A Player of the Year.
Number one.
Number one in the whole state. He's also, when he was in high school, he won the New York State 400-meter hurdles.
Show off.
Yeah, so football, track, he still holds the Chautauqua County record in 400-meter
Hurdles is that thing where you jump over those.
Yeah. But let me tell you what he's doing now, because this is so cool.
All right. What's he doing?
is the director of college scouting for the Kansas City Chiefs. Yeah, those Kansas City Chiefs.
He works for the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yes.
Patrick Mahomes and company in there.
Yeah.
Really?
He's the director of college scouting. He's already won one Super Bowl ring in 2020 when the Chiefs took it all.
Unfortunately, he may not get a second
well,
this year.
he's going to get another chance a
Another
week from
chance at it.
tomorrow.
All right.
So David Hinson.
So now, let's hold on the pictures. Just hold on. Let's
Okay.
get the picture of the ring now. Let's bring
Oh,
it in.
okay.
Don't throw
Why don't
it.
you hold on to it so I don't drop it
All right,
anymore?
I don't know. Justin, can you? All right, we're going to do a close up here. I'm actually holding a real Sports Hall of Fame ring. I'm going to hold it right there. I don't know if how good we can do. Justin's really good at this. All right, so everybody gets one of these.
Yep. Show the sides of it.
All right.
See how nice that is?
Very nice. Looks like a college ring, doesn't it?
Thank you.
Okay. All right, there it is. So what is that? Does it come in different colors? Or is
Oh,
that
no. One size fits all.
One prize is so no birthstones garnets.
No. Yeah.
That's very cool. Well, congratulations
Oh,
on
thanks.
that. All right, so
Another
this
picture.
So this guy went on, but did he play football?
Oh, yeah,
after
he
high school?
played at UB. I'm sorry.
Okay.
He played at UB for 4 years.
Okay, who's next?
I don't know.
Oh,
That is Frank Jagoda. Frank Jagoda is a graduate of Dunkirk High School, and then he went back to his high school, and he has been their baseball coach for, I can't even tell you how many years. He has won more games as the Dunkirk coach than anyone else. He also has coached a ton of other sports at Dunkirk High School. He's probably coached more sports and more games than anybody in Dunkirk High School history. Frank Jagoda. He was also a very good pitcher when he was a student. He went to UB and he pitched at UB, left-handed pitcher.
whew. Now, before we go to the next person, let's take a moment. And people are saying, so he coached. All right, big deal. But what's the process that he got inducted? Somebody had to nominate him? How's it work?
Yes. So we receive nominations from the public.
Mm-hmm.
And then we require documentation from the public of all the achievements of the nominee.
Okay, so just because you play the sport doesn't mean you get in.
No, you're going to have achieved at a pretty high level. and we'll find that out later when you interview my guest that's sitting next to me,
Okay.
Amy Swanson,
right.
talking about achieving at a high level.
Oh, no pressure whatsoever, Amy.
So
Okay.
let's see
All right,
who our next
one.
person is. This is Bruce Johnson. Bruce has been the swim coach at Frewsburg Central since 1977. He's still the swim coach. His teams have won like 950 some swim meets. When you think of swimming in Chautauqua County, that's the guy you think of.
I just wanted you to know Ripley would have been number 2 if we had a pool.
If you'd had a pool.
Not a lot of schools have pools in this county. You know, that's a real commitment because pools are very expensive to maintain. So good on Frewsburg.
Yeah, and good on Bruce Johnson.
Was he a swimmer as well?
He was. He swam at Jamestown High School for Coach Bill Rollinger, and then Bruce went on to swim at North Park College. He still holds some swim records at North Park.
Very cool.
But his real claim to fame is the outstanding job he's done at Frewsburg Central as the boys and the girls swim coach.
2 hats. Wow. Okay. All right. Keep going.
That is Fred Larson. His nickname is Ferd. Fred was the track and field and the cross country coach at Fredonia Central for 30 some years. His teams have won like 25 county championships, section championships. He's taken runners to the state meets. Again, when you think about the top cross-country teams in the history of Chautauqua County, they're usually tied into Ferd Larson.
Now, was he a runner?
He was. He graduated from Smethport, Pennsylvania High School, and when he was a junior and a senior, he was the Pennsylvania State 1 mile champion, and he got an athletic scholarship, and he ran at Penn State.
Wow. I ask you these questions because a lot of people think, oh, they just coach. No, they know the
No,
sport.
it's more than that. To be an inductee of our Hall of Fame, you probably have had to have great success at the high school level. You probably had to have success at the next level. And then you had to continue to be involved in the world of sports. We're looking for people with a lifetime commitment to sports at a high level.
You know, you mentioned cross country, and I don't know if you know this or not, but this was my famous line because I ran cross country for Canisius High School up in Buffalo. My famous line was to the guy in front of me, "Tell the bus driver I'm coming, don't leave without me." That's a true story. I was terrible.
So you're not in the 50K at Casadega today?
I told you, those people will not make any money on me.
I get tired driving 50K. Continue. That is Marty Nichols.
He looks animated.
You think I'm bad? Marty's off the charts.
Oh, boy.
Marty is a graduate of Cassadaga Valley, where he was an outstanding wrestler. He went to the state tournament several times during his high school career. He wrestled at Ithaca College, where he was a 3-time All-American.
Holy mackerel.
And that now, since then, he's been the head coach at Ithaca College for the last 27 years. Ithaca College is one of the top handful of Division III wrestling programs in the entire country. He has produced close to 80 All-Americans and about a dozen national champions at Ithaca College. That is Marty Nichols.
For those that are listening on the radio right now, you've got a guy that's very animated, and I've never known a wrestling coach that wasn't a yeller. They're yelling directions to the wrestlers all the time. Down, do this, do that, take it away. He's just yelling their heads off.
So Marty Nichols has been the face of Ithaca College wrestling for, well, if you add in his years there as a wrestler himself and now as the coach for 27 years.
He's an institution unto himself.
Yeah, he is Ithaca College wrestling.
You know, again, to point out that we said in the beginning that we've got people that come right from our own neighborhoods.
Cassadaga Valley.
That have all moved up through very high ranks within the sports worlds. Okay, what else?
Who else we got?
Ooh, oh, this is going to be good. I
This
can't
is
wait.
going to be good. This is Sheldon Battle, a graduate of.
Describe the picture for those listening on the radio, because this is a great picture.
Well, he's wearing a University of Kansas singlet, and he's holding a 16-pound shot put
16
ball
pounds. Oh my God.
under his chin, and he's getting ready to spin and to let that baby fly.
I tried that. That was it. That's really.
You tried holding a shot put once,
I
Doc?
don't think,
Is
I
that
don't
what you
think,
meant?
I don't think it was 16 pounds either. Oh my
I mean,
God.
that's a bowling ball. A bowling ball is 16 pounds.
I only use a 14-pound ball. Let's bring
leave
it back.
Sheldon up there. So after, while he was at JHS, he played football, and he was a track and field man. He was a 2-time state champion
Wow.
in both shot and discus.
Oh gosh.
After high school, he went to Mesa Community College in Arizona, and he became the national junior college champion in both events.
Okay.
Then he's got a scholarship to Kansas, and he did shot, discus, and hammer.
Oh,
at
hammer.
Kansas. He was a 6-time All-American
Oh wow.
at Kansas.
Okay.
He's a real deal.
All right, we got a phone call. Okay. Good morning, caller.
Good morning, Randy and Amy. This is Linda Spalding.
Hey, Linda.
I knew
have
you'd
a
be
lot of
calling,
stam-
Linda.
Oh, well, you have a lot of stamina to be out in this frigid weather.
We brought the brass monkeys in before we came up here.
I think I saw a polar bear go by with earmuffs on. Well, it's great to see you on the show. I always enjoy it when you come in. But, Doc, I'm calling this morning about the information about giving to the foundation to benefit children with mental illnesses and to remove the stigma.
Okay.
The name of the web address is onoursleeves.org.
Okay. Okay. Are you involved with this group?
Well, I'm kind of like a contact. My 2 grandchildren started it, Nick.
Oh wow.
And Aaron.
I did not know that. Okay.
Nick, and Aaron's twin sister, Angel. And they had a benefit on the 18th of January for this purpose and raised $150,000.
Wow, that's terrific. So onoursleeves.org. Perfect.
And you can get a lot of information,
Okay.
just on Google or Facebook about it.
If you have any pictures or anything like that you want to send along with us to us, please share that, and we'll get it on the air for you.
Oh,
Okay?
yeah, I have a lot of pictures, especially when he was a little boy, because he spent a lot of time here with us.
Okay. Hey, if they're ever in town, let me know, and I'll be happy to slide them in here for a little
Oh,
bit.
I would love to have them in town.
Just let
Nick
me know.
was in next week
Okay.
performing, so he travels a lot
Well,
with the Backstreet
during the
Boys.
summer, we could do an impromptu, just last minute kind of a thing. Okay.
Or maybe I could get him to call in. That would be great. But
Whoa, yeah.
He's so busy though, traveling.
Okay. We'll be happy to help you any way we can.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much.
Okay, super.
And continue on with the show.
Oh, thank you. We will.
Have a great weekend and yay for the sports.
Okay, Linda. Take care. Stay warm.
You too. Bye-bye.
Okay. All right, Randy, keep going because we want to get to your guest.
I do. So let's see who else we've got here. That is Jay Sirianni.
Who's that? Sirianni rings a bell.
Yeah. Jay is the third member of the Sirianni family to be inducted into the Hall of Fame. His father, Fran, and his older brother, Mike, are previous inductees. Jay has been an ultra successful football coach at Southwestern Central. He set a New York State record. His teams won 38 consecutive ball games. He won 2 state championships with the Trojans. He gave up football, and now he's concentrating on track and field. He's been their coach for the last 7 years, I think. They've lost three events and 3 meets in 7 years.
Wow.
He's built a powerhouse as well. Jay Sirianni from the Sirianni coaching tree.
The dynasty.
The dynasty.
Okay, let's keep going. Congratulations to him.
Well,
Yes.
that is the lady that's sitting right next to me. That's Amy King Swanson, arguably the finest female athlete in the history of Clymer Central. I'll say that if no one else will. She played basketball, volleyball, track and field, set all kinds of records at Clymer in all of those events. Then she went on to play basketball at Damon College, 4-year starter, 4-year most valuable player, All-American, rewrote the Damon Record college book. But I'm not going to talk about Amy. You're going to talk to Amy about Amy in a minute. We are so pleased. We are so pleased. And by the way, Amy is the third member of her family to get inducted
Swanson
into our Hall of
dynasty.
Fame. Well, her husband Nolan is a previous inductee,
Right.
and her father-in-law Mel is also an inductee.
Okay, so is this where I talk now?
I don't know. Do we got any more pictures coming up or not? Or we've got to roll back to get Amy on the Well, I guess this is my chance to tell how to get tickets to our banquet. It's on Monday, February 20th at the Lakewood Rod and Gun Club. Festivities start at 5 o'clock. There's a social hour from 5 until 6:30. We eat promptly at 6:30 and start the actual ceremonies around 7:15. Tickets are available at the Chautauqua Sports Hall of Fame on 3rd Street in Jamestown. They're available at the Jock Shop on Harrison Street in Jamestown. They're available at Matt's News on 3rd Street in Dunkirk. They're available at chautauquasportshalloffame.org. You can buy your ticket via PayPal, or you can call our banquet chairman, Chip Johnson, 485-6991.
Okay. Very good.
How'd I do?
It's perfect. Now let's get to Amy.
Let's talk about
All right.
Amy.
Morning, Amy.
Good morning.
I think I've known you for years.
It's been a while. Yeah.
You've got sisters that have been in sports too, I think, right?
Yeah, I have 5 sisters and 1 brother.
Yeah,
so,
we were talking about
yeah.
that before you got here. I said, I think there's a whole clan of...
There is a lot of us.
The King sisters. I always remember the King sisters.
Yeah.
So thanks for joining us today. This is the first time that Randy's actually brought in a guest with him, and I think that was something we talked about in the past that we wanted to do. Kind of bring bring to light the reality that people really are inducted and have had some really unbelievable careers. But are you active in sports now?
I'm active with my kids' events, so I try to do the booster side of it. Right. So I'm behind the scenes taking pictures, or
I suspect maybe your family was the same for you.
They were definitely there when they could. They definitely. There's 19 years between the oldest and youngest, so we definitely had 3 older siblings. My brother's stuck in the middle with his 3 younger ones. So they were in the stands and at as many things as they could.
There should be almost an award for the parent of the year award for sports, because without them, they pay the bills, they traipse them around, they transport, deal with the failures and the winnings, and try to keep everybody balanced.
Amy, how did you get involved in sports?
Yeah,
What's your earliest memories of sports?
I think like just, Saturday morning basketball. I remember I was 4th grade when my brother was a senior in high school, and I remember going to his games and just watching it. And that's what we did as a family, in between activities at the house or baling hay. Growing up on a farm, we had this hoop outside, and we'd play pig or, fight 21, just our siblings.
When did you figure out you were really good at sports? At what point in your life did you realize, hey, I'm one of the best around?
I think the whole way through, I didn't realize as good as what I was. Moving up to varsity as an 8th grader for basketball was, something that was probably difficult for some of those older players to accept a younger one. But it worked out. I mean, I had my older sister there that was 2 years older than me, and her classmates took me in, and to have the career I did, Pine Valley was always in our way. But
always.
Pine Valley.
Yeah, I mean, we
Always
lost
Pine Valley.
every year to, I think Pine Valley, Brockton might have knocked us out one year, but Pine Valley went on to win states probably 4 of the 5 years that I played varsity.
Now, you went to Clymer, and Clymer is a tiny school. I mean, it was Ripley, Clymer, and Chautauqua at the time, and all 3 of those schools probably were under 500 kids. So how is it that you could excel in a small school?
I think just the support of Clymer, like the community,
There you go.
as well as, my parents helped out and I joined a police athletic league up in Niagara Falls.
Oh.
And I played that my senior year. And we went to Florida and played in tournaments.
So is that like what they call it, a touring or a road
I played
travel teams?
Yeah, it was a travel team. I only played in it like spring break. I drive up to Niagara Falls during the track season a couple times a week, and then we'd go to Florida and play in a tournament. And that's kind of how I got connected to Damon. There was one of the coaches had a daughter that had played for Damon, and so they kind of talked to the coach. And I got the opportunity then at Damon College after Clymer.
Now, Randy ticked off a bunch of sports that you were in, so what was your main sport?
It was basketball, and then I would say track. I did Striders, started in like 8th or 9th grade. My mom really encouraged that with Ron Graham, and then Dave Reinhardt were in charge. So
well, let's talk a little bit about Striders. Now, unfortunately, we just all learned that Ron passed away, and Striders has been around for well over 25 years, I think.
1979, I believe, is when Ron and the late Dan Feather formed the club.
Oh, I'm thinking of Infinity, but Striders is even older than.
Right.
So that's
Strider,
like
Ron and Dan Feather
years.
started Striders in 1979. This year in our class of 2023 with the Sports Hall of Fame, we have, besides Amy and Sheldon Battle and David Hinson, those 3 are all graduates of the Strider program.
So what was Striders? Because I know there was more than just sports component. I think it was academics was supposed to be stressed there, right?
it is, but I never went into Jamestown. They did tutoring and so forth and support and prep for SATs. I joined it just in the summer, and we did track meets. They would travel to track meets in Philadelphia or different locations, and then we qualified for the Junior Olympics. So I did triple jump mostly, and triple jump. So we did that, and then Nolan was in it, so we qualified and went to Junior Olympics a few times, Florida, Louisiana, California. So,
oh my gosh.
It was opportunities that a small-time high school like Clymer you wouldn't get. And unfortunately, in Clymer there wasn't someone that really knew long jump or triple jump. And where Striders, the advantage was they had someone that could help me go from my 32, 34 feet to 37 feet for someone who's 5'5".
37-foot
I did
triple jumper.
I did 4 foot one day. That's only because I fell over and I'm 6 foot.
Well, I did a hop, step, and jump one time, but that was when I was going down the stairs.
I tried doing the triple jump in high school, and I could never figure what the heck you people
Well, it takes
were
tremendous coordination.
doing. We got to hit this spot, and you got to do this thing, and then blah, blah, blah. It's like, wow, very cool.
What's the training program like when you're trying to improve as a triple jumper? What are the things you can do to improve?
Well, they definitely try to get like plyometrics, like they would work on jumping, and they try to get you to even out the different steps, so it's about the same distance, because some people like have the first step too long and then you're off balance and so forth. So Striders did a really nice job of trying to like train me to be able to even that out a little bit.
It's the coaching, and somebody has
It
eyes.
is.
We got another phone call. Ready? Good morning, caller.
Morning, Doc. It's Mike Felsman from Portland.
Mike
How
from
are you?
Portland. Good morning. You probably know a little bit about all this.
A little bit. I'll tell you the one I wanted to speak about, and I'll be as brief as I can be, because I know you're trying to get Amy interviewed, but I'll give a shout-out to Bruce Johnson, because that was a sport that I was not a jock in high school. I mean, I was a nerd. But in my adult life, I got involved with swimming programs at the town I live in, school I live in Brockton, and ultimately through the whole thing, I did become a swim official. And I am still doing that, and I can actually do it for, I guess, as long as I can walk and think, and I'm pretty good at both of those still.
So far, so good.
Thinking sometimes a little, but anyways, yeah, I've been doing this. I've been doing officiating for going on 25 years. But yeah, I've known Bruce. Well, more than that. I mean, and I remember him. Like I say, I remember him coaching. When he was a younger man, and now we've all got a few miles on our odometers, but
a few laps.
a few laps in the pool. And he does a fantastic job, and has always been consistently supporting the program. The only drawback we have with swimming programs is it's kind of lost some popularity. I kind of hope it comes back.
Yeah.
I can remember the amount of teams we had when I started doing this, and the amount of teams we have now. But anyways, I don't know if Bruce is watching the show this morning or not, or I'll pick it up on reruns. But I just thought I'd give a shout-out to him and thank him for his, 40 years of service.
Well done, Mike.
To the program.
Thanks, Mike.
All right.
All right, Randy. And that's all I really had for today.
All right, thanks, Mike. Thanks for calling in.
You're welcome. Bye.
Amy, what was the transition like from Clymer High School to Damon College? The first time you walked into the gym at Damon, what were you thinking?
It was nerve-wracking. I was a small-town girl, and the nice thing is Damon's only like 2,000 students, so it's still a small college, small campus, so that made it nice for me. They didn't expect me to play much my first couple of years, because I was a point guard, and we had a really good, Larissa Smith was a good point guard, and I was told, you're probably not going to play much your first couple of years, and fortunately, Dave, Skolin was my coach, and he defensively was my strength, and he used that, and I just was the shooting guard then and was able to start every game in my college career.
Wow.
So, that quickly changed from not thinking I was going to play too much to the career I had.
Amy set a national record, NAIA Division II national record for most career steals, 647 career steals.
Right.
When she's saying she was a defensive player, she was being a little modest there.
Amy, Amy, define a steal for those that are not familiar with what a steal is in basketball.
Oh, geez. Defensively, you're the one that's picking off the pass, or someone's dribbling it, and you're able to somehow make them make a mistake and be able to get it. So.
That helps when you have a bunch of brothers and sisters and you're trying to get something at the supper table.
Absolutely. Yeah.
What I mean is that's got to be good reflexes and speed and so forth, and just having a certain feel for the game, right?
Awareness.
Yeah.
Court awareness.
Yeah.
Do you ever look back and think, did that all really happen?
It was funny. Like, I forgot some of these things that I did. When Randy was asking for some information, I was like, wow. my son last year got named first team All-State in Class D, and going through the records, I was like, oh, so did I. I kind of forgot. So
apple didn't fall far from the tree.
Yeah, the boys have done well. I mean, with Nolan helping to coach at Westfield, they've been in the gym and they love it. It's fun as a parent that the sports we love now, my boys are going the same path and enjoying it just as much as Nolan and I did when we played. So.
When she graduated from Damon, she held the school records for most games played, most points, most assists, most steals, most field goals made, most three-pointers made, and most free throws made, among other records. When I say she wrote the record book, she wrote the record book.
Wow.
You
That's hard to believe.
You think we picked a good candidate this year here, Doc?
Well, and that goes to what we were saying, is that to even be nominated, you got to be a whole level above just people that play the game.
I get into this all the time. Well, how come so-and-so isn't in the Hall of Fame? Because they were the best athlete I saw at my high school. Well, every high school, all 18 of them, has the best athlete every year.
Right. Just because doesn't mean they're at a high level.
It's not just being the big man on campus your senior year at a local high school. It's what else have you done beyond that and the career that you've established. So we have a high bar that you have to get over to get into this Hall of Fame.
For Amy now. Now, Amy, you're a teacher, right?
I am. I teach in Sherman.
Okay. And what level do you teach?
I teach special ed, so I'm teaching grades 4th through 8th grade. I do math all day.
So now you're still in the school system, and people always say, well, sports should come second or third because academics are first, and blah, 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 blah. So what would you say to a parent right now that their kid wants to go into sports, and how do you balance all that?
I think time management and commitment to your academics as well as your teammates. You find a balance, and some kids really need those sports to keep them motivated to do the academics. So I encourage the sports. It gives them something to look forward to. It saved me. It gave me the opportunity to get an education for free by getting the scholarship. And, it was something my parents encouraged to go to college, but it was our way. We had to pay. And, my oldest loved the sports, but he focused on the academics in high school, and he's on Mercyhurst golf team. But academically, he got, the opportunities at Westfield and the college credits that he got in high school have allowed him to pursue his dreams to play golf, but get a good education himself.
In the music world, I always told my fellow bandmates, don't give up the day job or have a backup plan. And I think in sports you do the same thing. You take it as far as you can, but have a backup plan because tomorrow you could break your leg and you're not going to run or jump. And obviously you all have done the same. So, Randy, I'm going to let you have the last minute with Amy and do whatever you want here.
A couple of inductees whose pictures didn't get in the loop yet, and I'm not sure how that happened, but Bob Barlett from Dunkirk High School will be inducted this year. He's the fastest runner in the history of Chautauqua County. He set the 100-yard record at 9.6.
Oh my gosh.
And the 200-yard record at 21 something. I lost the number. But he's held those records for over 50 years. And you would have thought at some point someone would have broke that record. But 50 years later, Bob Barlett is still the record holder. And the last person I want to give a shout out to is Scott Kinberg, the Post-Journal sports editor. Scott has covered the Swanson family for the last 40 years.
We took over for Manley, right?
Pardon me?
Didn't he take over for Manley?
Scott took over for Jim Riggs when Jim Riggs passed.
That's right.
And Jim took over for Frank Hyde. Since 1945, there's only been 3 sports editors at the Post-Journal. So Scott Kinberg certainly deserving of his induction.
Okay. Where is the Sports Hall of Fame again?
We're located at 15 West 3rd Street in Jamestown. That's the 50-yard line of the city.
Has your phone number?
Oh my gosh. Call me, 640-6219.
I want to thank Amy Swanson, and congratulations. It sounds like you're well deserving of this. And Randy, again, we'll do this again next year?
We're going to do it again next year.
All right. So, folks, I hope you had fun. I had a ball here today, and you need to bring other people. Amy, you were the first, so you have that for your record. The first athlete on the show. So, folks, have a great holiday weekend. That's not holiday weekend. Nice weekend. Next weekend is Valentine's Day weekend, I guess. Anyways, stay warm, and we'll see you here next Saturday, 9 a.m. Bye-bye now.